Hey, what's up? Skill Shadow 4 here. Today I'm going to be talking about and showing you guys how to play Bandit. Now, Bandit is one of the original operators that was introduced into the game. He was there when the game first came out, and he's one of the most powerful and useful defenders. He was useful when he came out, and he's useful now. Now, there's a lot that goes into Bandit. He's a complicated operator to play correctly, so I'm going to try to give you guys a full guide so that you can be effective when you play Bandit and be beneficial to your team. So Bandit gets 4 car batteries that he can place on various surfaces to electrify them. He can place them on reinforcements and he can place them in barbed wire. He can place them on hatches and he can place them on walls. Now, most of the time, you're going to be placing Bandit batteries on reinforced walls and barbed wire. You're not going to want to pretty much ever place them on hatches, and even then, it's rare to place Bandit batteries on barbed wire. Which really, if you have any left over, you're going to want to place them there. So where do you want to place these Bandit batteries? Well, on any maps that have a garage such as Consulate, which is the map I'm playing on right now, or Chalet, you're going to want to place Bandit batteries there. And when you do that, you're going to want a Bandit trick, which I'm going to get to in a little bit. It's a complicated subject, but it's very important. So placing them on garage is essential whenever you're playing on a map that has a garage. When you're not playing on a bomb site or a map that has a garage, you're going to want to place the Bandit batteries in places where the attackers are going to be coming from, because the goal is to prevent the attackers from breaching important walls. So let's say I'm playing third floor, right up here up top, and I know the attackers are probably going to be coming from outside from Skylight, and I know that they're going to be peeking over here, maybe trying to take this wall out. So I'm going to reinforce this wall, and I'm going to place the batteries down here, because I know that it's going to make the attacker's job harder, and they're not going to get lines of sight into the bomb site to get kills. So wherever you're placing your Bandit batteries, just make sure you place them in spots that's going to hinder the attackers and prevent them from opening up lines of sight that could be beneficial to them during the round to get kills or pick off gadgets or anything like that. Just place them where you think the attackers are going to be coming from. Now, when you're placing Bandit batteries and barbed wire, you're going to want to try to hide the batteries. That way they can't immediately shoot them out. For instance, if you have barbed wire right here, and the barbed wire extends over in this corner, you're going to want to put the Bandit battery on this side. That way the attacker's not going to see it and just shoot it out. Now, the reason that you're going to want to put Bandit batteries in barbed wire is not to make the attackers take damage, which they will take damage if they touch it or melee it. The reason you're going to want to place barbed wire, Bandit batteries in barbed wire is for drone denial. So if a drone hits anything that has a Bandit battery attached to it, be it a reinforced wall or a barbed wire, it's going to destroy the drone. So when you place a Bandit battery in barbed wire, it really limits where the drone can go, because a lot of times the drone's not going to be able to jump over barbed wire, and running into it would be suicide. So on that same subject, I'm going to talk about what Bandit batteries destroy, because this is very important. You're going to want to be careful when you're playing Bandit on defense that you don't destroy any of your teammates' gadgets. So let's say that we're playing on garage right here, and Jaeger puts an ADS on this wall. If I put a Bandit battery down, it's going to destroy the ADS. Okay, same thing with a mute jammer. If the mute jammer is right up against this wall and touching it, and I place a Bandit battery there, it's going to destroy the mute jammer. It does this for most, well, I think pretty much all, actually, electronic devices on defense. So just be careful where you're placing Bandit batteries and let your teammates know if they need to pick up any gadgets. That way you don't destroy it, because that's going to be detrimental to your team. So just watch out for that. Now I'm going to get into Bandit tricking in just a second, but before I talk about that, I want to talk about the different counters to Bandit. So the first counter is going to be Thatcher. He's going to be the most common, and that's why I'm going to be talking about Bandit tricking. Callie is also a counter. Those are going to be your two main counters. Besides those counters, you have Maverick, who you can't really do much if you're playing Bandit. And then after Maverick, Callie, and Thatcher, you have to watch out for explosives, which include grenades and breach charges. So if I have a Bandit battery right here, and there's someone outside with the frag grenade, and they throw it through this stronghold, it's going to destroy my Bandit battery. It's going to blow up and destroy it. Right. So also, if there's a Zofia, like a Zofia breaching charge, she shoots it right here, it's gonna destroy my Bandit battery. Ash charges can do the same. Ash breaching charges, regular breaching charges, if they're too close, will destroy Bandit batteries. Any sort of explosion will destroy bandit batteries. In addition to explosions, Thatcher, Maverick, and Callie, you also have to watch out for Twitch, especially on garages. So if I have my bandit batteries right here, I know that there's going to be a Twitch drone. If they play Twitch, it's going to be coming through this drone hole. So you're going to want to either watch this drone hole or put a mute jammer there or a Mozzie, or do both, because Twitch can easily take out your batteries, which can mess up the entire method of bandit tricking, and it's not good. So just watch out for grenades, maybe have an ADS or something of that nature. Watch out for Twitch drones. That way you can bandit trick effectively without having to worry about anyone else destroying your bandit batteries. Now you also have to watch out for verticality. So on a lot of maps such as Border, the bandit batteries can be taken out by either a buck or an IQ. So let's assume this is reinforced and I have a bandit battery right here. If I'm being an IQ, I can have my sensor out, and I know they're right there, and I can shoot them out. If I'm being a buck, and I buck the floor, it's going to be a really easy line of sight to destroy the batteries. So you're going to want to watch out for that if you're playing Bandit, and see if you can get one of your teammates to roam below you to make sure that no one's going to take out your Bandit batteries from beneath. So now that I covered all that, we're going to talk about Bandit tricking, which is the integral part of playing Bandit. This is the most important part. If you mess up Bandit tricking, you could cost the entire round. So this is very important to get down and understand completely. So the first thing I want to talk about in Bandit tricking is countering Thermite. When Thermite places his exothermic charge down, it creates a noise. And I'm going to have my teammate do this, and I want you to listen to it. Now, when you hear that noise, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put down the Bandit battery. This will destroy the Thermite. Now, if for some reason you're playing Bandit and you don't hear Thermite place his exothermic charge down and he gets the activation off, it's going to look something like this. So that's what it looks like when Thermite gets his charge off and he blows up a wall. Now, the way you're going to counter this is as soon as you see the charge start going off, you're going to want to activate the Bandit battery. If you wait till after it starts going off, it's going to be too late and you're going to die. You can see right there that I just got it off just in the nick of time. So as soon as you see that, see the sparks and hear the noise, get it down. Alright, so Thermite is going to be the hardest operator to counter, but you also have to be careful and counter Hibana. Because Hibana is a lot easier to counter. Her pellets make more noise and is more obvious when they go off, and it takes longer for them to actually explode. So I'm going to have my teammate hit the middle row right here, and I want you to listen to the sound it makes. Now you may not have heard them be shot on, but if you hear that noise right there, that means they're being activated, and that's when you place the Bandit battery down. You can see how long it took for the charge to actually go off. You have plenty of time. It's a lot less dangerous than when you're countering Thermite, and so it's just a lot safer overall. Now, the only other thing to be careful about with Hibana, though, that you normally don't have to worry about with Thermite, is that you cannot counter both Hibana charges. So if Hibana places a charge on this wall and this wall at the same time and activates them, there's no physical way for you to counter them both. So that's how you're gonna wanna counter both Bandit and Hibana. It sounds pretty easy, right? Well, this gets a whole lot harder when you throw Thatcher into the mix. And this is where Bandit tricking really gets difficult. So Thatcher can destroy Bandit batteries, and his EMP grenade has a very large radius, so he can destroy all 3 Bandit batteries on this wall right here. So you're going to want to be very careful and try to counter this. Normally, when Thatcher throws batteries, if he does a bad job, it's going to show a blue light. So as soon as you see that blue light, you're going to want to take the batteries off. However, if it's a really good Thatcher, when he throws his EMP grenade, it's going to be farther away from the wall, and as you can see, it's not going to show a blue light. Now, after Thatcher throws his first EMP grenade and you pick up the battery, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to juggle your batteries around, because normally a Thermite or Hibana is going to place their charges. So you're going to constantly be moving your batteries around, placing them down and picking them up. That way you can destroy any charges while simultaneously eliminating the chance that all your batteries are going to be destroyed by a second or third Thatcher EMP grenade. By doing this, you should be able to counter most of the Hibana and Thermite charges without losing all of your batteries. This is essentially how you're going to want a Bandit trick to ensure that the walls stay protected and don't get blown open. This can be very difficult in higher ranks when the Thatcher's really good and the hard reaches are really good, and you're going to want to have your timing down perfectly. You got to know when the Thatcher's going to throw his second grenade to destroy your batteries, and you're going to want to know where to place your bandit batteries. Now, a lot of times, especially on a map like this where the garage has three panels, you're going to want to get a mute or a kaid. What you're going to want to have them do is you're going to have them place either a mute jammer or a kaid on the wall first. This will force the Thatcher to destroy the mute jammer or kaid, and you can still place all four of your bandit batteries down. On a map like this where there's three panels, if you just place all your bandit batteries down, you're only going to have one left over. And this can make it very difficult to bandit trick. But by adding Kaid or Mute, you can save all your bandit batteries until Thatcher gets through with his EMP grenade, and then you can proceed to bandit trick as you normally would. That's how I would recommend playing on maps like this, and even on maps that don't have three panels, it can be a really good idea to bring that Mute or that Kaid to ensure that you're 100% effective in your bandit tricking. So that's just going to be the most common operator that you're going to have to defend against. But besides that, you're also going to have to look out for both Maverick and Callie. Callie's going to be the one you're probably going to encounter most if Thatcher gets banned. So when Callie shoots her ability, it makes a really loud sound and it's really easy to counter. In fact, if you do it right, you're able to get up two bandit batteries before her ability goes off. So just be very vigilant of that. It's not hard to miss. Just pick up your bandit batteries whenever you hear that sound. It's a really easy counter. It's a lot simpler than trying to counter Thatcher. The last thing I want to talk about in regards to bandit tricking is breaching the wall before you reinforce. Because of the way sound works in Rainbow Six Siege, if you breach a wall, before you reinforce it, it improves the flow of sound and allows you to hear much better and allows you to hear where much better. So if you get a shotgun or a C4 or an impact and breach the wall and then reinforce, you will be able to hear the placement sounds much clearer and it'll be easier for you to tell where they are. So finally, I want to talk about Maverick. You cannot counter Maverick. Maverick is the single most hard counter to Bandit. You're not going to want to challenge Maverick. If they bring a Maverick, just let Maverick do what he's going to do. Because if you try to fight against Maverick, he will kill you. Let me place my Bandit batteries down. I'm going to show you how the Maverick can easily destroy the Bandit batteries. Now, did you hear that sound right there? When Maverick breathes out his blowtorch, it's going to make a sound like this. If I try to counter this, there's a high chance that I'm going to get killed. And I'm not going to win that fight. So whenever you see that, you're just going to want to run away and give it up. Because it's not worth it. You're not going to be able to trick it. Do not try to counter Maverick. Now that I've gotten bandit tricking out of the way, I want to talk about your play style whenever you pick bandit. So bandit is really strong when he roams. He has one of the best defender guns in the game, and he's a 3-speed, so he's a very strong roamer. Now, when you're going to want a bandit trick on maps with garages or maps with essential walls, then you're not going to want to roam at the beginning of the round. You're going to want to wait until you finish bandit tricking in order to roam. But on other maps where you're just going to put your bandit batteries down and you're done, roaming is a great option. Like I said, great gun, 3-speed, super powerful. It's a put down and go gadget, so you don't have to worry about it, and it's not essential that you stay alive to the end of the round. So your playstyle when playing Bandit really should be very versatile and do whatever you need to do. You don't have to feel like you have to anchor or you have to roam or do anything. But when it's essential to Bandit Trick, certainly Bandit Trick because that is a very valuable role to play on the team. Alright, so the very last thing I want to talk about Bandit is his loadout. What are you going to want to choose to bring along? Okay, so for the primary, you're going to want to definitely bring the MP7. The shotgun is a very good shotgun, don't get me wrong, but the MP7 is just so powerful and so accurate and so easy to control that you're going to want to bring it along every time. Now for sights, you get any choice that's not ACOG, so that's personal preference. For muzzle attachments, you get the choice between a suppressor, flash hider, muzzle brake, and compensator. Anything you want to choose can work here. I personally run compensator. Flash hider is also a great choice though. Muzzle brake if you really want it, but the vertical recoil is so easy to control that I would really go with compensator or flash hider. The pistol is a really solid sidearm. It does a fair amount of damage and it has good iron sights and it's really easy to use. Muzzle brake is what I would normally run in it. I can't really think of a situation where a suppressor would be useful, so I would just always go with muzzle brake. Now you get the choice between running barbed wire or a nitro cell. Both of these can be very, very useful. A barbed wire can alert you to flanks, it can slow the attackers down, and you can put a bandit battery in it to destroy drones and run anti-intel. The nitro cell is just so useful and so versatile. That's what I personally use. It's very powerful. It has the capability of taking out multiple opponents. It's very good for plant denial, and there's just so many ways you can use it. 90% of the time, I would say run nitro cell. However, if you're not comfortable with using nitro cell, or if you really want to get that extra info, then I would run barbed wire. So that's pretty much it. Hopefully this helped you out. Bandit can be a very challenging operator, especially when you first get the game and you don't really know how to use him. He's very important, very powerful, and he's one of my favorite operators. So hopefully this guide helped you. You learned a lot from it, and it's going to continue to help you in your games. If you like the video, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Share it with others. That'd be great too. And I will see you next time.